What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to another brand new show. This is the Aquatope on White Sand. First episode titled, The Tropical Fish Ran Away. Okay, so sorry this is coming out a little later. This was meant to be part of yesterday's lineup, but it's now part of early today's lineup. Just kind of got a bit sidetracked yesterday with schedule, hence why both the videos were recorded at night as opposed to my new daytime recordings that have been happening more often. But we finally got to the show, and I'm actually very excited for this show, and there's a couple of reasons I'm excited, and we'll get into them in a minute. But for those of you new to the channel, welcome. I'm a British guy who reacts to seasonal-based anime. We've been going through the summer season here. We're over a week in, and most of the shows have been started. We've still got a couple more over the next week to start, and then there's some more coming at the very end of the month. For some reason, there's two shows, Jahi-sama and Madoka Season 2, which for some reason are starting a month later than the rest of the anime season. I have no idea why. I don't know if that was a conscious choice by them to allow them more time, or what's going on with that. I have no idea. But yeah, we've been doing this for 7 seasons now. Started in the winter 2020 season. We found some really, really good shows out of it, and we've also found some pretty terrible shows out of it. So that's, yeah, we don't speak of anymore. But with this one, I'm expecting this one to be high up on the list, and to prove why I'm doing that and why I'm thinking that. What I like to do when I load up a new show is go to the AniList page for the show, look at the synopsis, the tags, the VA cast, the studio, etc. to get a basic feeling for the show, because I have a very busy schedule, just in general, before I even factor anime into it, and I don't want to overexert myself with anime shows, because if I start falling behind, it's very difficult to catch up. Hence why this video is actually a day late already, and it's like I'm trying to catch up, and I know how busy the actual day today is, etc. So, yeah, I have to make these snap judgments early on. We haven't actually dropped a single show this season yet, which is very surprising. Normally, there's at least one show that I'm like, yeah, no, I don't feel like watching that this season, but surprisingly, no, we've actually kept all our shows, which is very surprising. And I don't expect this one to be a drop either. So let's load up AniList. If you don't want to see any of this, by the way, you can skip ahead to the actual reaction on the timeline. It's segmented for those on PC or whatever other apps have access to that feature. And then there's a timestamp in the description as well. So yeah, AniList page. The anime takes place at Gamma Gamma Aquarium, a small aquarium in Okinawa, an hour's bus ride from Naha. Kukuru Misakino is an 18-year-old high school student who works there, and she knows about the secret of the aquarium. Sometimes you can see mysterious things. I'm curious what those mysterious things actually end up being. One day, Kukuru meets Fuka, standing in front of a water tank with flowing hair and a tear rolling down her cheek. Fuka has given up on her dream of becoming an idol, and she has run away from Tokyo to Okinawa. Wanting to find a place to belong, Fuka earnestly asks to work at the aquarium. The anime follows Kukuru and Fuka as they deal with the issues of the secret of the aquarium and a looming crisis of its possible closure. So an interesting basic premise. 2 girls in different stages of their lives, I guess. We don't actually mention how old Fuka is. I'm going to assume she's probably same age as Kukuru in this instance. Although another runaway type storyline is going to be interesting to see. But aside from that being quite a very open premise and just not really giving much away, like, we know why the 2 characters have met now, but we don't really know what's going on beyond that. Like, the secret of the aquarium, seeing mysterious things, we don't know what those mysterious things are. Don't know if we can actually interact with them, if it's just a visual thing, we don't know. I guess the possible closure is the main overarching story that we're going to be dealing with. Maybe we're going to try and make the mysterious nature of the aquarium part of its selling point to attract new people in. That would make some degree of sense, or we'll keep that like our little secret. I don't know. But like I said, there are a couple of things that make me very interested. First off, it's 24-episoder. That's good, because that means it's multi-core. That means we've actually got a lot longer of a time to spend with the characters, to spend with the world, and actually build it up and actually get invested more than anything. And that's something I always say. I feel like 12-episode animes, people try to do too much in 12 episodes. Because yes, it's 4.5 hours of content. And 4.5 hours is a lot of time to cover things. But if you're trying to do a really big, lengthy story, it's going to feel rushed at points. And that's partly what happens to one of this studio's other works. And I'll get onto that in a minute. But it's also an original story. So there's no source material they're bound by. This is completely custom made for a 24-episoder, which means the pacing should be better. The thing with manga and light novel adaptations is that you've got to rework certain events to make it flow for the anime and fit into your tight constraints of 20-minute episodes, 12-episode or 24-episode seasons. So you've got to pick and choose which points you want to hit and when you want to hit that. With an original anime, you decide where that's going to be right from the beginning. So you should have a much greater deal. You must have much greater control over what story and narrative beats you hit and at what point in the show. In theory, at least. Like, that's how it should work. Whether it actually happens or not is entirely dependent on the production itself and how well it's managed, but that is what it is. But this is done by Studio PA Works, and as a result, I'm expecting this to be a very good-looking show. Day I Became a God was the last time we watched it, and the only actual PA Works show we've watched here on the channel because, most of their other stuff came out beforehand, and this is stuff I've either watched before, like Nagiasu, things I've heard about, like Another. Where's Zerodoku? There's Zerodoku. Very pretty show. And when I was mentioning how the pacing and how 12 episodes can feel rushed if they try to do too much, that's what happened to The Day I Became a God. The last 3 episodes of that show, maybe 4. It just took a bit of a downhill turn very quickly and just felt very rushed, and I hated this MC. Was his name Yota? I think his name was. I hated him by the end of the show. I did not enjoy that ending. But Iridoku I really enjoyed. So if we can get something similar to that, it would be nice. But when was the last 24-episode PA Works title? When was their last one? Because they've done movies and stuff. Okay, I guess Sakura Quest. Okay. So it's been a few years then since they've done like a big project like this. They used to do them a bit more frequently by the looks of things. Yeah, they used to do more frequently the big 24 episodes, but not so much now. Interesting. Didn't know that. But yeah, female protagonists work, urban fantasy, cute girls doing cute things, it's always good. A little bit of CG, I'm going to guess probably something to do with the aquarium, more than likely maybe the fish. I doubt many of the character interactions will be CG. I remember, I think very briefly there was a Yuri tag here. And I don't know how accurate that was, if that was just wishful thinking, because it's 2 female characters that are getting to know each other. People just like, oh, it's got to be Yuri. I don't know if that's the case. There is no romance tag here. Comedy, drama, mystery, slice of life, supernatural. No romance tag, so I don't think it's going to necessarily take the story in that direction. I wouldn't mind if it did. I mean, I think a good little bit of romance story does help in shows. But I don't know if they're really going to focus too much on that here. VA cast-wise, I do recognize some of these names. Azumi and Lin, I know I've seen their names before this season. I know they're in other shows this season, I just can't remember which ones. Miku, I feel like I recognize as well. I don't remember from... Oh, I know, she's, yeah, she's Miku from Quintessential Quintuplets. That's how I remember. Miku is Miku. So, yeah, I'm fairly certain that's who that is, so that's good. I do not know Rikako. I do not recognize you immediately. I might recognize your voice when you start speaking, but other than that, I do not recognize these 2 guys either. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this show can deliver because I'm ready for it to be a slow introduction. I'm ready for that because it's a 24 episode show. I'm ready for it to slowly build into itself. I don't expect it to be like hitting the ground running anytime soon. So that's something I've got to consider since it is a longer show, but I'm very excited. I know it's going to look good because it's PA Works, and also this very first intro screen on Crunchyroll already speaks to a good level of detail in just a background environment that's going to be a throwaway shot. So I'm excited for what this can deliver. Anyway, as per usual, here on YouTube, we do timer-based format. If you want to see the full picture-in-picture, therefore myself and the anime on screen at the same time, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all Patreon reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Symphogear, and Log Horizon. World Trigger has found its home in Wednesdays. I think Log Horizon and Symphogear will be in Monday and Tuesday, somewhere around there. I don't know which one's going where yet. Bear with me on that one a little bit as I figure things out. But here on YouTube, we do time-based. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see a time per episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then play side episode, I side episode, and we should be in sync. We're watching this one on Crunchyroll, since they're the ones who licensed this series. No logos or anything to begin with. We're just straight into the episode. Like I said, we've got a background shot here of looks like a winding path in Okinawa. You can see the sea in the background. But you can use the screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should help you sync it up as well. So, with all that said, let's get into the first episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Two girls met in the ruins of a damaged dream. Oh, of damaged dream. I think there should be an A in there, but whatever, it's fine. I didn't even consider the fact that the music in this show could be good. I think it's going to be good. Okay. Guess that's a tradition of something in particular I do not know of. An aquarium. Creatures of the deep sea. Okay. Nope. Back in Tokyo, I'm guessing. Shibinu. Okay. Maybe we're not in Tokyo, maybe we're just in a super built up area of Okinawa. I guess she's just in a very built up area of... Oh no, she's just leaving this place, that's probably why. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. It's not what she wanted to hear, I don't think. Hmm. Hmm. Or just doesn't like big social events like that. And this is where she gets the idea to run away to Okinawa instead. Okay. So she was just going to go back home. But let's fly to Okinawa. Yep. Okay. Okay. Of course, that's the correct response. Just go. uh, hmm. Oh, we got the whole life story. uh, hmm. Hmm. Okay. 2003. Okay. Hmm. 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 And that's probably what directs her to the aquarium, I'm guessing. He wants with siblings. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Might we check in with her again at some time? She's a fun little character. Take the bus. Just thinking you really don't have much for running away to Okinawa in just that one little travel case. This kid again, I guess. I don't know what the deal with that is. Hmm. I can't be comfortable. And again, long day of traveling. That would creep me the fuck out. Like, that would genuinely creep me out if I just woke up and there was like arrangements like that around me. I'd be like, who the hell just did that? The shipment? Yeah, obviously Mum's been calling because you've disappeared. Just straight on. Oh, okay. That's how you get police looking for you, though, really. That's Kai, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Squid Raising Journal? Uh, I mean, yes, but math. Yeah, Sensei seems like a chill dude. I like him. Parenting Journal? Hmm, interesting. Yeah, you better be careful because you're going to dehydrate pretty bad. Yeah, okay, so it was this. I don't even know what. Kid? God? I don't know. That might be the embodiment of a god for all I know. Someone recognize? Okay. Just just a nice person. Yeah. Hmm. Very perceptive. Gamma Aquarium. I'll see Nanjo. Tourism Association. Okay. Hmm. One day ticket 500 yen. That's not too bad actually. Ticket price for an aquarium. That's actually pretty good. I don't know how that compares to other places, but that sounds reasonable to me. Ooh. I don't know how they've completely blanked out everything but the fish tanks. That's actually kind of a cool idea. Mm-hmm. And no one's there. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Guessing that's the date in which closing down, maybe. Hmm. Relatable much? Yeah. Hmm. 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 Okay. I'm sure we'll go into that in a bit more detail later on as well. Whoa. 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 The hell is going on here? This is quite creepy. She's just fallen asleep, or is this actually happening? Wow. Oh shit. All the big boys coming out in this bit. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. One in front. One that doesn't go notice, but the heart's working at all. Saw him just floating in front of her for a second there. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Nice first episode. Looks like we have an after credit scene though. Here we have after credits. That was a good first episode. Very pretty. I was expecting the fish were CG, but they were perfectly well done. Honestly, a little more attention to detail than I expected as well, since they had the eye movements and stuff down pretty well. I didn't expect the supernatural aspect of it to be quite so vivid as that. I thought it'd be like some like ethereal style fish. That's kind of where my mind was going, but full on, full body like hallucinations. It's pretty cool. I wonder what's up with that little kid though. I do wonder. Alright, here we go. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Penguin. Ah, okay. Hey, looking for a job? I'm digging this. I'm digging this show. I'm digging it already. Like I said, I was expecting it to be a slower start. It was, but that's perfectly fine. That's kind of what we needed from it. Um, music's pretty good. I like the parallels they were using with some of the fish and like the penguin at the end there as well, diving in and swimming towards where what's face was Kukuru, and then Fuka slowly following after that. I like the little parallels they're working with that. I hope that does keep up as well. I hope we see our tourism lady again. I hope we see our fortune teller lady again at some point. I think fortune teller is less likely than the tourism girl, but I hope we see them again because fun characters already. Yeah, generally just a very solid first episode. Like they're starting to put in that idea of the closure. They're talking about transfers, and now I think I realized that the transfers are, well, if the aquarium's closing down, they can't just get rid of the fish. They need to transfer them to other aquariums nearby, or other aquariums that are looking to take some new exhibits in. So that makes sense. Yeah, I do wonder how they're going to avoid that closure, though. Like, what could necessarily do that? The only thing I can think of is this mysterious experience that they had being somehow used as marketing. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. But still. And it's interesting they talked about the war as well. I'm assuming they're talking like the Battle of Okinawa and stuff like that in World War II. Because what was that? That was like a 3-month long fight, wasn't it? At least 3 months. When American troops were starting to land on Japanese islands that weren't just like out in the ocean, like actually close to the mainland. It's funny how it's referred to as the mainland when it's an island. Anyway, yeah, so I'm assuming that's what they're talking about there, because that was some fierce fighting in World War II at that time, because I think by the time the Okinawa landings were happening, I think the situation in Europe had been... Hang on, when was Okinawa? Pacific, when was this? Okay, it was simultaneous. Yeah, it lasted just over 3 months. And then Hitler himself died. That was in April 45. Okay, so yeah, so whilst Okinawa was happening, the situation in Europe was pretty much being finished as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, gruesome fighting. $40,000 to 150,000 civilians killed, committed suicide, or went missing out of an estimated pre-war population of 300,000. Jesus. I mean, that's honestly insane. Because I think the population of Okinawa now is over 1 million right now, if I remember correctly. But for nearly half, potentially up to half of Okinawa to be gone, that's insane. That's actually insane. Yeah. So, yeah. Okinawa, World War II, nasty. As were the 2 atomic bomb drops, obviously, but... Yeah. It's honestly insane. Anyway, very good first episode. I'm in it for the visuals, I'm in it for the music, I'm in it for the characters so far. I quite like the characters. I'm curious to see what ultimate direction we end up going with this. How the supernatural aspect's going to play into it. Because it's a cool little trick, obviously. But how relevant is it going to be for the rest of the story of the show? That's what I'm kind of curious about. And how do you feel... Like, on the surface, this does not seem like a 24-episode storyline. So I'm wondering if there's a bit more that will be going on over the course of it. Obviously, we've got the whole issue of we've run away from home. The mother's probably going to want to call the police because, like, her daughter's just suddenly gone missing, not responding, can't get a hold of her. You call the police. Makes sense. And they should be able to track her to Okinawa at the very least because... Well, actually, I'm assuming you do need a passport to go from Tokyo to Okinawa, or anywhere on like Japanese mainland to Okinawa, because that would make sense. So they should be able to track her as going through the airport to Okinawa. But still, Okinawa's a big place. She's had a lift. She's walked around a lot, so it's gonna be hard to just track her down to a random aquarium, right? But it'll probably be on like the news or in newspapers or something. So I'm assuming that's going to be part of the storyline, as well as the closure of the aquarium and everything to do with that. But I think just average day-to-day life of moving somewhere and learning to live somewhere different with a different lifestyle than what you're used to is probably going to be the main first arc of this story, if I had to guess. But I'm in for it. I'm very much enjoying this. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode. We're definitely continuing on with this one, and it will definitely be in the actual time slot it's meant to be next week, I promise, as well as the rest of the summer 2021 lineup you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.